Hey again. Let me see. Where am I in projects? So far in the last couple weeks, I spent most of last week working on the cottage. I got the water figured out, the electric, the main lines going in, all sort of figured out and routed. I haven't turned on the power, but the power's there when I need it. Um, but I sort of recognize that I only have about 17 days, roughly 2.5 weeks, 3 weeks to get ready for CritCon. So on CritCon, I'm doing an Inquisitor game. Talk about this. And what I've been doing is working hard on finish painting all the Daemonettes. There'll be a little video after this, a little segment about that. I've started work on the Deathwatch Marines. One of them is this guy here. He was already sort of modeled as a blood angel, so I just went ahead and did him. I'll get some better shots into this video for you, somewhere here, there, wherever. I'll add them in. Anyhow, he's the one I started with because I already knew what he was going to be. He's a blood angel. He was already sculpted that way when I got him off eBay as bits. So I did that, got him started. Now I'm kind of trying to think about what to do with the others. One, I am thinking of Mentor Legion, or chapter. Another one, I'm thinking Rainbow Warriors, and I'm not really sure on some of the others. I'll do a little video of each one, and I'll point them out right here, and we'll talk about it. All right, so I have a video here of each one, and I thought I'd go through it to see how this works out. So here's the guy, the Blood Angel guy that I worked on so far. He's not done, far from it, but all the sculpting was done by the whoever had him before, because I got it on eBay. But he didn't have his left arm, and he didn't have a right arm lower. I mean, the hand. He didn't have the hand on the right, and he didn't have the left arm at all. He had the shoulder pad, but he didn't have the arm. So it was just sort of an armless guy. So what I did was I took the Chaos. Let me see. I have that guy. I put him out with the set that I was working on the table. The Chaos Magus sword, but in this case, I painted it a brighter sort of yellow glowy, trying to get a yellow glowy effect. It's not quite there. And then I gave him also the Magus, the Chaos Magus's arm, and that was kind of a pain to get stuck on there, but it works. And on him, I think he's going to be mostly black, like I have here, just with the shoulder pads, and I got to think of some stuff to put into the little labels there, the scroll work. But otherwise, and always using Cal Jericho's alternate head as well. I thought it had a nice flowy hair and sort of fit the running atmosphere. So that is the Blood Angel. The next one that I will pop up there is he's sort of more or less the straight Artemis that you would get for Inquisitor, 54 mil Space Marine. He's got the power sword. The only thing that's different is he didn't have a right hand again, and so I had one that I had printed on with an Inquisitor last season that I printed for CritCon, and so I printed another, basically a combo Melta bolt pistol, bolter Melta. So I gave him that. I'm thinking about Basilisk. Anybody has ideas, I'm welcome to hear them. It'll probably be a few days before I settle on color. The only thing I've done here is I primed them all black, and did a few things. And then I went back after thinking about what I wanted to be the color of the chapter. I painted that white so I can go back and redo those pieces. So that's that guy, thinking Basilisk, but maybe not sure. But he has Melta, so something. This guy I printed out the beaky head for. I gave him a chainsword because I had one. He has the typical bolter that Artemis would have. So there wasn't a lot of stuff I had to do to him besides I didn't have another power sword. And I kind of wanted some differences, so I gave him a chainsword and I printed out a beaky head for him. And so that's why he has the beaky head. And I'm thinking Rainbow Warrior. It's an older chapter, but I think the beaky head will lend itself nicely to the rainbow stripes sort of going down the middle. And he'll have a nice bright red sword, maybe. Not sure, but that's what I'm thinking on him. He'll be here. And then this guy had a lot of conversions on him. All this bookwork that's on his shoulder was there. A lot of the little doodads. I added a few things. Let me see. I believe he had that side cannon mounted to the side of his arm already. I added the little wire coming off it, so it made it seem like it was doing something. I also added all the cloak work there in the front hanging, and I threw on the little doll from the mutant. So that's a bit I threw on, and I threw on a key ring back there from another bit. Let me see, what else did the books, all that book stuff was there. I'm thinking about Mentor Legion here, the old owl that later got changed to like a bird's head, an eagle's head, but I'm going to use the owl sort of head. And since he's got both shoulders sort of covered, I'm going to do it something down in the just in his talbards there in his front. So it'll be some color and some talbard work. I'm thinking he was a librarian of the Mentor Legion. Mentor Legion. So I think that's what he will be, and he is now the Deathwatch, sort of, kind of like a leader type. Let me see. This guy here. What was I thinking he was going to be? I am thinking he was the Lamenters. I think he's got a nice hammer instead of the sword. So I'll make it a power hammer. I painted his whole arm there, and his helmet. They'll be yellow, sort of like a pale yellow for the Lamenters, and it'll be like a successor or a predecessor for the Blood Angels chapter. So that's what he'll be, I think, unless somebody else has some other ideas. And so that is the group that I have to paint. Besides the Blood Angel, I'm really not nailed down, and it'll probably be a few days before I really start nailing them all out. I'll probably, thinking about it, I might jump into the Lamenters first, because I'm pretty sure that's what I want to do with that guy. But I'm not sold on it. So if you have any ideas, drop a comment. That'd be awesome. All right. I will call these gals all done now. Took about 2 more sessions after the original color washes and doing the bases, but I've primed them, clear coated them. Everything's done on them. These 6 are separate because they're all sort of a little bit different. They're different mold sculpt of the same set, so I'm going to treat them as like leaders, little group leaders. Some of them turn out exceptionally well. I kind of really like this one with the blood dripping off her sword. Nice and quiet. But the guys with the screaming mouth turned out pretty good too, with some nice washes. So they are done. So there we go. So that is 24, now that I have the right number. 24 of these guys done. Now I need to wait right here, turn over, and I need to get going on these guys. As you can see here, I've got they're all painted black. I've gone back through and pulled out some white elements that will be different colors. I even put some extra color on the Demon Prince slash Chaos Marine, so I got them going on. I think the next stage for this, since I'm looking at about 3 weeks to get this all done, is getting the table set up and taking a look at it while I do the rest of these. So that's where I'm at on that. All right, well, I got the gals all done, and I covered that, I think. And here is the terrain setup. Well, not necessarily the actual terrain setup, but this is the terrain I will be using. The table is 4x4. It's for a smaller convention. I'm thinking I'm going to take both flyers that I have built. Not sure if I've covered this one before, but last time I took it at this session, the rocket launcher was used to lay waste to everybody on the table, which was kind of hilarious. But this is the table. This is the mat I'm going to use. It's a lot easier to take around. I'm trying to get everything to fit in a smaller space. I'm still deciding if I'm going to throw any walls or anything else like that on here, but the plan is for up to 5 Space Marines, Death Guard, Deathwatch, to come in and find various things for various Inquisitors, like a book or something else. So that's the plan. I have a few weeks to get the plan in shape, so that's what I'm going to be dedicating most of my time on, besides painting the 5 Marines, which I still need to paint. All right, so I got a little bit more progress. I finished up the Demon Prince slash Chaos Marine. I got all the pieces out of there, and a nice little head of the Marine there. Skulls, head, typical GW stuff. So I finished him up yesterday. So that means I have 5 Marines to finish for this event coming up, and a bunch of paperwork. So I thought I'd show you that, and there he is.